The South has a history that is undeniable, and it oozes from the land. My ancestors speak to me on this land. It blows my mind that I am here today as a Black woman of African descent. Honestly, I'm absolutely driven by the impulse, this evolutionary impulse of them in me. I am not nearly as brilliant as they are collectively in my ear.
Jubilee Justice is an organization that collaborates with Black farmers across the South to create a vehicle that allows for healthy land stewardship. We want to build the soil as we're stewarding land, and a vehicle for economic opportunities.
What we're doing is bringing rice back in a way that we're really proud to grow it and happy to grow it.
We also will be growing a few other grains and legumes in the near future.
We also have a rice mill, and that rice mill is the main person who controls the price in the market of this rice. Traditionally, they would buy it for 13 cents a pound, and then they would turn around and sell that same bag in the store for $5, and they make all the profit. The farmers get very little. Our farmers cooperatively own that rice mill, and they share in the profits. So they don't have to sell their rice to anyone else. They just harvest their rice, process it in the mill, and they get 100% of the earnings whenever we sell at market.
It is powerful to be able to have control. And for a long time, African Americans, Black people have not had that control. Yes, we can work in the fields and we can grow our own food, but this is where you make the money, when you are the middleman.
There aren't a lot of young folks, young Black folks in particular, immediately just running to come farming, live an agrarian life. Part of the reason we are here is because of rich agricultural history. And I'm like stepping into that with choice.
Food is one of the basic elements of humanity, and if we don't understand what it takes to grow, and I don't mean just a tomato, but actually what the inputs are in order to produce something that's natural and healthy, that can yield benefit to others, that takes knowledge, and it takes patience, and it takes care. And it takes understanding of the interconnectedness of all these different people and environments.
Okay, yes, we have this history of forced labor, but we also have a history of large collectives of folks growing rice on the west coast of Africa. So I think, as we jump back into this stream and kind of make our own history and tell it for ourselves, I want to see folks knowing that they have choice, and if we do it en masse, it doesn't have to be a story of toiling. It can be one of liberation.
Finances, especially for Black farmers, is very hard. It's hard for small farmers because the risks are so high. We have natural disasters, we have labor issues, and then there is just learning to grow the crop. And so the partnership with Jubilee Justice and them including us in their rice trials and providing that technical support and being there for us through thick and thin is extremely helpful and much needed.
What we're doing is having the cooperative run the rice mill so that now these farmers are able to participate fully financially in a totally integrated model from seed all the way to marketing and selling.
These are all lessons of life. They're not just lessons of growing a tomato. They're lessons around how do we relate to each other.
Solidarity is critical. Movement building is critical. This, as long as we stay independent and individual, and this hyper-individualism that America seems to think is the way to go, if we go for that myth, we're never, ever, ever going to win, because it's not even the truth. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like putting your hands in the soil and the seed and planting that seed into soil, watering that thing, and then watching it grow, harvesting fresh food, cooking it, and sharing it with people and friends. That is life.